Two strokes will never die, and in this video, we are going to prove it. In October 2022, the Red Bull Motorsports YouTube channel uploaded a video called What Happened to the Two-Stroke. In that video, they told the story of how motocross was overtaken by four-stroke machines in the early 2000s. And what you're watching right now is our response to that video. Red Bull were right in their video. Pro motocross today is dominated by expensive four-stroke bikes. And that change wasn't necessarily a rider choice, but more the choice of manufacturers and teams. And it's true, four bangers are probably easier to ride. A modern day 125 going up against a modern day 254 stroke isn't an even match. But that doesn't mean that two strokes have completely disappeared, as the Red Bull thumbnail might indicate. In fact, we think that it's the complete opposite. The two-stroke community is stronger than ever. We've been making videos for a long time now, and we've met a lot of people on our travels. And it's safe to say that the two-stroke community are always the most fun, enthusiastic and passionate people in the pits.
I've been making motocross videos for the best part of 20 years now, which is crazy to say, and we've consistently found that the videos that are most popular and the videos that hit biggest with you guys are the ones that star a two-stroke of some variety. There's no beating the sound of a little 125 on the pipe, or the sound of a big old 500 tilling the earth. The sounds, the smells, the feeling, the smiles. Four strokes might be winning the stopwatch battle, but in my humble opinion, two strokes have got the clear lead in all those other departments.
Away from top-level racing, two-strokes haven't disappeared. They've not even gone underground. It's fair to say that lineups at elite pro-level racing have diminished. It's not very often that you see full 40-rider lineups at pro races anymore, at least here in Europe. But if you look at the two-stroke scene, it's a very different story. Just look at all of those vans, cars and campers. They aren't gathered here for a pro motocross event, but for what might well be the biggest celebration of two-stroke motocross anywhere in the world. This is the Vets Motocross Des Nations. In the UK, the Vets Motocross Des Nations at Fox Hill is arguably the biggest motocross event in the country. Not just in terms of rider entries, which sell out fast, but also in terms of the crowd that come along to watch it. The racing is fierce, the bikes are amazing, and the smell in the air is intoxicating. all of this adds together to create an incredible atmosphere reminiscent of the golden era of Grand Prix motocross. And this event isn't just for old dudes reminiscing about the good old days. It's also for the young guns and championship racers. There's a class specifically for pro riders to come along, throw their legs over a two-stroke and have the race of their life. And it's not just here in the UK where the two-stroke scene is thriving. The trend is being seen around the moto world with similar events in Italy and France, and of course the massive two-stroke world championships at Glen Helen. The appetite for two-strokes is still there, and two-stroke fans are hungry. We know it as a YouTube channel, and the event promoters certainly know it as well. Let's face it, what would you rather watch and listen to? This? Or this?
Four strokes just don't have that rap factor, you know what I mean? I guess if I was still racing competitively, I would be singing a different tune. But the fact is, I'm not. I'm in this for the fun these days. And for me, there's nothing more fun than this.
But what does the future of two-strokes look like? People say that the technology isn't being developed anymore. And that might be true if you look at certain Japanese factories. But if you take a close look at what the KTM group have been doing over the past few years, it's simply just not true. The tech on their new two-strokes very much resembles modern four-stroke bikes, with many models having electric starts and fuel injection. And many of the world's best enduro riders pick two-strokes to use at certain events. So it's most definitely in the interest of the Austrians to keep the evolution of the two-stroke an ongoing quest. Yamaha have also updated their two-stroke range over the past few seasons after many years of no development.
But for me, what's even more exciting is to see visionary engineering companies develop their own big bore two-strokes. Companies like Pantera, Thomason Racing and BRC Racing. I'm riding one of their bikes right now. These guys are not only developing their two-stroke technology, but they're making it better than ever. Let me stop and head to the pits and show you around this bike so you can see exactly what I'm talking about.
This is Kong, our 500cc Husqvarna, which utilises the Gen 2 BRC Racing 500cc conversion kit. Now this is probably the most modern two-stroke that money can buy. It's got an electric start and a kickstart just to be safe. It's got a power valve, a counterbalance shaft. It's also fuel injected, utilising the latest fuel injection technology. It's TBI injected, that's throttle body injection. And I can assure you guys, this is the best, most brain-melting two-stroke that you could ever ride. Now, is this what a 500cc two-stroke would look like if the big manufacturers carried on developing their technology? We can't be sure, but I'm pretty certain those bikes would look something like this. And what's even better is you can buy one of these bikes, you can build one for not a lot more than it would cost to buy a brand new 450.
As a lot of you guys may know, our channel is fueled by Putoline motorcycle oils. We use Putoline MX9 in all of our two-stroke bikes. That's their high-end two-stroke oil. But as well as two-stroke oil, they've got loads of products to clean, lubricate and protect your bikes. You can check out all the products on their website. They've got a really cool tool. Just type your bike model into the search bar and it will bring up all of the Putoline products they recommend you need for your motorcycle. Putoline are huge supporters of what we do, and we couldn't do half of the stuff that we do on the channel without their support. So as always, a huge and massive thank you goes to Putoline.
As we look ahead into the distant future, what will the vintage motocross scene look like in 10, 20, 30 years time? In my mind, it may well look very similar to what it does today. I mean, you don't see too many older four-strokes for sale, and I think that's just because they get to a point in their life where it's just not cost effective to keep them alive and keep them running. And we've got first-hand experience with that. If you watched our recent video where we went racing on a $1,000 dirt bike, aka the Piglet Project, you'll know that we have first-hand experience with these old four-bangers. When a four-stroke of that age goes bang, it's usually heading to the breaker's yard, and that's pretty much exactly what happened with our 20-year-old Yamaha YZ250F. Whereas a two-stroke of the same age or of the same era, that bike would be so much easier to keep alive and so much more cost-effective to keep running. This is reflected in the residual prices as well, so in the long term, a two-stroke is usually a better investment. So, in 10, 20, 30 years' time, I think the nostalgia pigs will still be riding two-strokes, and that vintage motocross events will still be dominated by premix. I think it'll be a rare sight to see a 2010s four-stroke at the track in the year 2040. So, my response to Red Bull and to all of the other doubters out there. Two-strokes certainly haven't disappeared. In my opinion, they're alive, they are well, and they are thriving on the 999 Laser YouTube channel. As long as there's petrol to burn and MX9 to mix, we'll be making two-stroke motocross videos like these ones. So make sure you subscribe to 999 Laser to join us for the ride.